Good evening, this is Norbert Blake. This is Norbert from Shreveport, and I felt it was just proper for me to give you a little introduction about who I am and about myself. There's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube. I welcome you to this broadcast. I love you, and I want you to know that I can identify with you from every level of life. You can't miss me. Educated, uneducated, wisdom, unwise, foolish, streets, school, working. I've been there, done that. I'm an ex everything. So God called me 30 years ago, and it's been a struggle ever since. But yet I'm still here. God's grace and His mercy has brought me this far. I would not change for a long time. God called me to preach over 30 years ago, and the passion and the love to preach was burned at that time into my heart. I've seen God move from every angle. God has moved periodically in my life miraculously. He has also gifted me to teach with divine wisdom in the power of His Spirit. So I've been there, done that, and I understand the things pertaining to life and how it's not easy to let go of some things and to change some things. Like I said, God brought me through some miraculous times. My first time God showed up in my life is actually when He called me to preach. I was in the United States Army. I was transporting heroin from state to state, interstate transportation, and I had a partner named, called him, a tall guy, called him Swift, and we did some stuff. Boy, we were transporting drugs from Mississippi to Leesville, Louisiana, Fort Polk. I was in the Army, and things just happened back to back. I was going into the service. I was reporting to duty, and in my reporting to duty, coming from AIT training, Fort Polk 5th Infantry Division, Red Devils. When I was reporting to duty, I was in a brand new Pontiac Sunbird, and I saw cars line up going a certain way, turning in, going into the little city. So I just got in behind them and followed them. Curiosity. Young man coming out of AIT, and they were going into a place in the city that was off limits for military personnel, and the MPs would frequently, visit there to make sure no soldier personnel was in that area. And I didn't know. I would just report. I was reporting to duty, and I followed the cars there, and so I had a 4-speed, 5-speed Pontiac Sunbird, and so I followed the cars, and I saw the women, the prostitutes, and the whores, black and white, Indian mix, from all four parts of Texas, and they were walking up and down the streets. And so one in particular caught my eye, and I let her get in the car. She took me to this club that was at the end of the street. The area that I was in was called the Crossing, and she was getting out, and we were talking, and she asked me if I wanted to date, and so we were getting ready to go date. And on my way to that process, my knee under my car dash pulled something loose under my dash of my car, and my car wouldn't start. And I couldn't move it anywhere. I couldn't move it better and position it. And this guy was watching all the time. They called him Bo Mechanic. He came over and said, "Man, what's wrong with your car? What happened? It won't start?" I said, "Yes, something wrong with it." He said, "Well, give me $40 and I'll fix it." So I gave him $40 and left him with my keys. Didn't know no better. We're going on with this girl to date. Walking, headed to this trailer. And there was an old man sitting on the balcony of this club, the foyer or the porch of this club and bar or whatever it was, and the name of it was Soul Sisters Paradise. An old man called me And, hey, you, come in. I said, man, I'm trying to take care of business. I thought, what you want now? He said, come in. Then he talked to the lady, the whore. He said, let him go. Bring him over here. She brought him up. She said, come on. I said, what you doing? Come on. He said, come on. I had no idea that was her pimp and this was his woman. And so she took me over there. And he asked me, he said, where you from? I said, I'm from Shreveport. What part of Shreveport? And I told him, I was born in Stoner Hill, raised in Lakeside. My father passes on the couple. So he said, let him go. She told the girl to go on back to work. I said, man, hold up, girl. She said, man, you don't know what you doing. You just gave that boy some money. I watch you. Matter of fact, he said, go tell Bo Mechanic to come here. She went. He said, you don't know where you at and what you doing, do you? I said, no, sir. I'm just finna know what I'm finna date. He took me through the club, walked me and talked me. He said, man, let me explain to you the position you in right now. He said, you're a good guy. Look like you're a good guy. And I don't know why I stopped you, but there's something attractive about you that I like. And he coached me. He had the guy to come back, give me my $40 back, and told him to go fix my car, and he did. It was just a plug that had come loose. And he explained all this stuff to me, explained what he was doing, and showed me the different businesses he had. And I felt very impressed and in love with him at the same time. He fell in love with me at the same time. And that was the beginning of a career and an experience that's still with me today. So I've been there, done that. That was the first time God showed up in my life. Because eventually I went on to taking drugs onto the base, onto the political base, onto folk poke, and introducing drugs. And I was making so much money, I wanted to get out of the army until I kept trafficking drugs on base until eventually I got busted with 1.5 pounds of heroin in Louisiana. And the only sentence on the book in the state of Louisiana for possession, distribution, or heroin was automatic life. And I got caught with that plus 3 white girls. Interstate transportation from Mississippi to Louisiana. And of course God made a way of escape prior to me getting busted and going home, but I wouldn't follow it, but I remember it and I saw it. So I can identify with a lot of things in life, and I'll share some more of them as we get further on with understanding and getting to know me. This is just a period for you to get to know Norbert. And I want you to know me. And I want to get to know you, if you will. So this is why I'm coming in such a broad spectrum. I'm stepping to a field of broadness, dealing with all type of people on cyberspace, internet, dealing with a whole lot of people on internet. So this is a period of I want you to get to know me, and I want to get to know you. So I'll be sharing some things about you, sharing and showing you how God showed up in my life and how he called me and how he used me. Okay, is that okay with you? It's all right. I hope that we can have a good relationship and learn how to love one another in this endeavor. God bless you. I'll be back and talk with you a little later. Bye-bye.